Y'all, it looks like Stevie J believes that he is going to be the next person to go down after Diddy because the streets are saying that he is allegedly on the run after Diddy got arrested. Like a couple of other artists in the industry, Stevie J has been linked to Diddy in more ways than one, with Lil Rod alleging that Stevie had an intimate relationship with Diddy that went on for a hot minute. Well, the streets are saying that Stevie is terrified of what is going to happen to him now that it's game over for Diddy. Fans are convinced that there are a lot more things that are about to come to light about Diddy and Stevie, so y'all better be sat for this because the drama is about to blow up big time. In case y'all somehow missed the tea, our man P. Diddy just got arrested by the feds on criminal charges. We kind of suspected that this was coming because he has been getting hit left and right with lawsuits, starting with Cassie's first lawsuit about 10 months ago. More and more people started coming out after Cassie to speak their truth, but Lil Rod was the first to name Stevie J and accuse him of allegedly having an affair with Diddy. Lil Rod's lawsuit was pretty explosive because he laid out some of the wildest stuff about Diddy in the lawsuit, including his alleged affairs with multiple artists in the industry, as well as partying with young women in the studio. Lil Rod claimed that Diddy knew that he admired and looked up to Stevie J, and that Diddy allegedly used that information to try to manipulate him into having an affair with him. In the lawsuit, he said, Mr. Combs was aware that Mr. Jones looked up to and idolized music producer Stephen Aaron Jordan, aka Stevie J. Stevie J is an American DJ, record producer, and television personality. Stevie J was part of the Bad Boy Records production team, The Hitmen. In 1997, Stevie J won a Grammy Award for his work on Puff Daddy's debut album. Mr. Combs used access to Stevie J and his knowledge of Mr. Jones' admiration of Stevie J to groom and entice Mr. Jones to engage in homosexuality. It's interesting that Lil Rod mentioned that Stevie J only won a Grammy after he started working with Diddy, because Lil Rod also claimed that Diddy promised to help him win a Grammy if he had an affair with him, saying, Mr. Combs promised to make sure that Mr. Jones wins Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he engaged in homosexuality. Now we gotta wonder what it was that Stevie J did for Diddy for him to have won the Grammy. Kinda interesting, isn't it? Anywho, Lil Rod went on to claim that Diddy allegedly showed him a video of Stevie J getting into it with another man, if you know what I mean, and he also dropped screenshots. Lil Rod also wrote, Mr. Combs went so far as to share a video of Stevie J a Caucasian male without a condom. This was done to ease Mr. Jones's anxiety concerning homosexuality. According to Mr. Combs, this is a normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J is doing it. Even worse, Lil Rod claimed that Diddy got the video of Stevie J without Stevie's knowledge. The court document said, upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent, and as is the case with the homosexual of Stevie J that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones, Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. However, Lil Rod also claimed that Stevie J allegedly took part in Diddy's freak-offs. He wrote, defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia Haptimarians are officers of defendants Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group, and knew the names of many of Combs' sex trafficking freak-off participants. Young Miami, Daphne Joy, Stevie J, and Jade. If there's one person you can trust to hop on this situation, it's 50 Cent, and he did not disappoint. He tagged Stevie J on Instagram and wrote, whoa, say it ain't true. What the F, this is a mess. And Stevie J replied, get your money, Curtis. We know this is entertainment, but ain't no truth to that. He then dared 50 Cent to pull up and fight.
I want you to fade all that. Since it's entertainment, let me out of you on TV or something. Don't duck that. I'm calling you out. What you want to do, Curtis? Curtis!
However, 50 trolled him harder, saying, but he never said it wasn't true, LOL. Stevie J then accused 50 of trying to bring down black men and the black community.
I just look at it as, he wants to bring the black community down worse than anyone else. How is that so? I said what I said on my post, and I'm standing on that too. Now, since he didn't accept what my offer to him, and he want to continue to be a comedian, why don't you go make some movies with Michael Blackson and don't talk about me?
Okay.
If you don't want to fight, if you don't want to donate to charity, donate the bread to charity and fight. Don't stop being a girl and talking about dudes.
But now it looks like he genuinely has good reason to be scared because a grand jury just voted to indict Diddy on federal charges, and the situation is about to get messy. The indictment documents were released, and with some of the things that were outlined, it's really bad. The documents laid out several incidents of Diddy's misconduct, like this section that said, physical violence by the defendant was recurrent and widely known. On numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009 and continuing for years, Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. These incidents were at times witnessed by others and included one instance at a Los Angeles hotel in or about March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman as she was attempting to leave. When a member of the hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence. Combs' violence was also not limited to these women. It extended to his employees, witnesses, to his and others. The lawsuit also spoke out about how Diddy allegedly threatened witnesses into silence, which is why people didn't speak up before now. They were too scared. The document said, members and associates of the Combs enterprise, including Combs security personnel, at times carried firearms. On more than one occasion, Combs himself carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten others, including victims of and witnesses to his abuse. In or about March 2024, during search of Combs' residences in Miami, Florida, Los Angeles, California, law enforcement seized firearms, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers, as well as scene. It also said, when employees, witnesses to his or others threaten Combs' authority or reputation, Combs and members and associates of the enterprise engage in acts of violence, threats of financial and reputational harm, and verbal abuse. These acts of violence included kidnapping and arson. In addition, on multiple occasions, Combs threw both objects at people, as well as hit, dragged, choked, and shoved others. Well, several people are now coming forward to give their 2 cents on the case, and it's just as bad as we thought. Maybe even worse.
And what you see here is the extreme level of predatory behavior, right? This is the extreme of what we see in our investigations, our takedown investigations on True Blue with, predators who come into our stings. This guy is the ultimate groomer, according to this indictment, allegedly, if all these allegations are true. He set it up. He had a fantasy.
Then a lawyer gave us a breakdown of how the case is likely to play out in court.
Because of the other individuals that were involved, I'm sure you're going to have multiple flipping witnesses. The government generally, approaches these individuals. They say, hey, listen, you can either be on, the defendant's side of the case, which we'll be more than happy to add you to this racketeering charge, or you can be on the state side or government side of the case, and we would give you immunity for XYZ.
He also revealed that a lot of people who were involved with Diddy's shenanigans have turned on him and are now cooperating with the feds.
My understanding is that there was a lot of individuals that were involved. And I think by looking at the indictment and seeing that only Sean Combs is the only defendant currently, who knows if that increases and it gets superseded with a different indictment. But currently there's only one defendant. My guess is that all of those individuals that could have been co-defendants or could have been co-conspirators or could have been involved in a RICO case have flipped on Sean Combs, and they're getting some sort of immunity.
A defense attorney also gave some insight as to what route Diddy's defense attorneys are going to take.
I'm assuming that if something like this were to go to trial, the defense is going to be, yeah, he's a freak. He's having freak offs. He's a freak, but he's not a criminal. And is sex lube really evidence? I mean, who amongst us that doesn't have a bottle of sex lube can cast the first stone? I'm assuming that that's going to be one of the angles that the defense is going to take.
If these experts are right, then a lot of people tied to Diddy are going down for this, and it wouldn't be surprising if they're all falling over themselves to take plea deals and turn on Diddy to save themselves. And considering Lil Rod's allegations against Stevie J, it wouldn't be surprising if Stevie J would be swept up in this, which explains why the streets are now saying that he could be on the run now to save himself from this mess. Fans commented, Stevie J did what now? These Diddy allegations can't stop, won't stop, and everybody catching strays. Notice that Meek and Stevie J defended Diddy because they also partake in the same behavior. Meek was Nicki, y'all didn't believe her when she said that though, and Stevie was doing the same, controlling and manipulating things to Jocelyn. Y'all just glamorized it. And F Stevie J too, talking about some pray for Diddy on his IG live. It's room in prison for him too. And Stevie J be effing Diddy, so I expected nothing less. Anywho, y'all drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.